Welcome back to the Loan Arranger Radio Show. My name is Bruce Woodburn, CrossCountry Mortgage. Yes, they call me the Loan Arranger. Why? I arrange loans for you, home loans. That's all I do. I don't do car loans. I don't do personal loans. I do a little bit of commercial, but mostly residential, purchase, refinance, home equity line of credit, construction perms, reverse mortgages, debt consolidation, renovation loans. You name it, I got it when it comes to your home. And here's something else. I've got some great programs to help first-time home buyers. You know, our first-time home buyers are really struggling right now. They really are struggling. And I can understand why. I mean, you got crappy economy, you got inflation, it's just right now, they're just afraid to do anything. And no one likes interest rates right now. So what do? They sit on the sidelines. But listen, I want to be honest with you. Sitting on the sidelines is never the right thing to do. Now, I'm not saying that there's some times that it's better to just stay out and watch the market shift and then come back when it's a little better. But I want to talk to you about the pros or the cons of waiting to purchase a home. Whether you're a first-time home buyer, maybe you're a move-up buyer, maybe you already own a home, but you're like, oh my God, I got a baby on the way. I already had one. The house is too small. I got to get a bigger house, but I don't want to have to pay a 7.25% interest rate when I'm sitting on a 3% interest rate right now. That's the move-up buyer. That's what they're dealing with. Same with the downsize buyer. They're like, hey, I got this $500,000 house. My wife and I want to consolidate and go into a more comfortable. We don't need the big house anymore. So we're sitting on a pile of equity, but they don't want the higher interest rate. So what do we do? What do we do? Do we sit on the sidelines and do nothing? Well, I'll tell you what, by doing that, you are going to create a different problem for yourself. And the problem's going to be worse than taking action now. And I'll tell you why. Right now, we're seeing a 5% appreciation in a slow market. So 3% is an average appreciation, right? Everybody knows that. 3% average appreciation. Real estate market is healthy. Right now, it's 5. And if it's at 5 in a slow market, in a sludge market where interest rates are higher, what do you think is going to happen to appreciation when interest rates drop? You don't need me to tell you. It's going to go through the roof. So here's why waiting is the wrong thing to do. Don't get me wrong. I understand that interest rates tend to be a little bit more painful. However, it's a temporary pain for a great fix that you're going to benefit from. So the reason you should be buying now are because you can refinance later. I don't charge any lender fees when it comes to refinancing. By the way, write my number down. In Tampa, 813-213-4009. In the Central Florida Orlando market, 407-706-3313, or webringyouhome.com. So by you waiting, you're going to miss out on the equity position. And the equity position is substantial. So 5%, because, you figure your average home right now that's selling in the medium price range is about $415,000. Well, at $400,000 alone, at 5% interest is $20,000. $20,000 is what you're missing out on a year. Now, I understand that your payment on a 7.25% versus a 5.25% interest rate is about $350 a month. Okay, so I understand it's $350 a month. That's a lot of money, but let's not step over dollars to pick up pennies. So let's put it in perspective here. And that's why I bring this to the table. We know that it's going to cost you $350 a month. Let's just take that into consideration because interest rates are 7.25%, versus 5.25%. So for the next 12 to 18 months, you're going to pay that $350 a month. However, what you're missing out on is your equity position. And that is building equity. So right now we're at a 5% appreciation. It's more likely to go up than it is to go down because we still have a shortage of inventory. But as soon as all the buyers that are sitting on the sidelines waiting for interest rates to drop jump in the market, that is going to catapult appreciation and prices, because sellers are going to have so many people knocking on their door they don't know what to do with, and they're going to be able to get over ask price for their property. Well, that's going to push the first time home buyer out. They don't have enough money to pay over appraised value. They don't have enough money to waive appraisals. They don't have enough money to waive home inspections and buy a house sight unseen. So you have to be able to work with an environment that you can negotiate in and still buy. So right now, sellers don't have as many buyers knocking on their door. So what do you think they're willing to do? They're willing to make concessions, pay closing costs, pay rate buy downs, fix the house, fix the roof, fix the plumbing, fix whatever needs to be done. But in a market where the seller's got 15 people on the first day ready to make an offer on his house, they don't need to fix anything. Why would they? They got plenty of people that they can negotiate with that will pay them full price for the house. Right now, you don't have to pay full price, and you can get closing costs paid. By the way, you always want to talk to me first, because I'm a closing cost buyer. When I buy homes, I always want closing costs paid. And I'll tell you why later in the show. But you always want to negotiate closing costs to be paid by the seller. That's my way of negotiating, and I believe it's the best way to save you money. Trust me. So I want to put the numbers in place. So we talked about it costs you an extra $350 a month to buy a home with these interest rates versus 5.25. Okay. But you're also seeing a 5% appreciation. It'll even be more, but you're seeing 5%. Well, $400,000 at 5% is $20,000 divided by 12 months is $1,666 a month that you're gaining in equity. $1,666 a month that you're gaining in equity based on just today's market. We already know it's a slumped market because interest rates are high. Oh, but it cost me an extra $350 for my payment. So let's just subtract $350 from $1,666. You're still ahead of the game by $1,316 a month. Now, that's where I think most people miss the boat. They're so focused on one thing. Interest rates are too high. I'm going to wait. You are screwing yourself out of thousands of dollars by doing that. Now, you think about that. Right now, let's just say you're gaining between the higher payment, but the appreciation, you're gaining $1,300 a month. A year from now, a year and a half from now, you decide that, or we see interest rates drop to 5.25. What are you going to do? You're going to refi. Now you're back up to making that $1,660. And if rates drop, you're not going to see a 5% appreciation. You're going to see a 10, a 15%. Barbara Cochran, from Shark Tank, she's one of the biggest realtors in the country. She believes that when rates drop to the mid fives, you're going to see a 15% appreciation. So now that 415 property is no longer 415. It's plus 15%. Now it's 477. Now it's out of reach for you. Sorry, first time home buyer. Now you're going to pay almost $500,000 for your first home, and you can't do it. You can't do it. So buy now. Call me immediately. Tampa, 813-213-4009, 813-213-4009. Orlando, 407-706-3313, 407-706-3313. I want to talk to you about two builders that I really like. In the Lakeland area, we've got Southern Homes. Southern Homes builds beautiful homes in the $400,000 to $600,000 price point. You call me, I'll connect you with my friends at Southern Homes. You can build a home on your own lot, on their lot, just the way you want it. And their prices are amazing. Their quality is outstanding, and they'll pay all your closing costs and the interest that's due on your mortgage during the construction phase. How do you like that? Southern Homes. Go to webringyouhome.com. I have a link directly to their communities, but you don't want to go out to a community, whether you're a homeowner or a realtor, without letting them know that the loan arranger sent you out there. And for all of you realtors out there, if you go to Southern Homes, I will, and you do a video of their home, you call me, I'll interview you on the air, and that'll give you a little plug, realtors, on the air about what you thought about their homes. How do you like that? Can't go wrong with that. Gets you out, see their homes, see what they have to offer. You get the discounts, you get the closing costs paid, you get a great mortgage from me. You have everything to win, nothing to lose. Southern Homes. Other one, another builder, build on your own lot, or they have 37 specs available in the mid 350s. They'll pay your closing costs too. MarDon Construction, Port Charlotte, get down there into that Port Charlotte area. And I'm going to tell you something. This builder builds a fantastic home. Beautiful lots too. Absolutely gorgeous. Punta Gorda. If you want to buy Punta Gorda, he's got homes down there as well. But if you're listening to this show, you want to go check out MarDon Homes, go to my website at webringyouhome.com. Text or email me at 813-213-4009, and I'll connect you with their salespeople, and you can go out and see. See, they don't have subdivisions, so you need an appointment to go out and see each individual home. And that's the beauty of MarDon. They have its scattered lots. So when you buy a home from MarDon, it's in one of these communities where you have room to stretch out. You're not right next to the neighbor's house. You got some room to stretch out. You're in the mid 350s. They'll pay your closing costs. They'll do a rate buy down for you. You got everything to win and nothing to lose. You do the same thing. I'll offer the same thing for MarDon Homes. Go out there, take a picture of their home, do a little video. If you're a realtor, I'll interview you on the air. If you're a buyer, I'm telling you what, you'll get all your closing costs paid. I want you to check out MarDon Construction. Go to webringyouhome.com. Go to my trusted partners page, and you'll get a link directly to them. Give me a call or text, and I'll connect you with their salespeople. You'll love their products. That's MarDon Construction in Punta Gorda and Port Charlotte. So you can't go wrong. Then we have Southern Homes in Lakeland. I'm telling you, these builders are offering some deals. It's hard for a seller to compete with. So let's move on to my next topic. Sellers, motivated sellers. Sellers are struggling right now because buyers are so doggone concerned about interest rates. So make it more attractive for them. Pay some closing costs for them. That's what you do, seller. Call me. I'll help you get your home positioned so you can tell your realtor how you want to negotiate that home, how you want to sell it, what you want to promote it with. You got to have buyers coming in the door. If you don't have buyers coming in the door, you're not going to sell your house. Then you're just delaying your process even longer. So why would I bother to help a seller? Because it helps everyone. So see, sellers aren't my market. Sellers don't need mortgages unless they buy another home. But we need sellers to help buyers. We need buyers to buy from sellers. We need lenders to do the mortgages, and we need realtors to find the right properties and negotiate the deal. So we need all of it. We need everyone. So I want to help sellers understand how to manage this market, because right now, I'm telling you, they do not know how to manage this market, and they're seeing deals slip through the cracks. Where when we come back from the next break, I'm going to talk about investors and what they're doing right now. You got to follow the trends, baby. You got to follow the trends. But investors are buying homes like crazy. So why are they doing it and you're not? We're going to talk about that when we come back from this next break. So we're going to hit a lot of things. We're going to hit interest rates as well. So don't go anywhere. I'll be back in 5 minutes with more of the Loan Arranger Radio Show. Bruce Woodburn, CrossCountry Mortgage, webringyouhome.com, or call or text 813-213-4009, 4009, or Tampa, or excuse me, Orlando at 407-706-3313. I'll be back in a few minutes. We're going to cover a lot of things, including rates, the health of the market, how to motivate sellers, how to pick up deals. So that's what we're going to do when we come back. I'll see you in 5.